Hi, thanks for joining me and welcome to another Start to Finish Sunday video. Today we're going to make a birthday card. It's going to be, I'm hoping, a little bit more on the masculine side, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to kind of wing it today and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to be using this set today, and it's called Make a Wish, and it is from the new spring catalog. And believe it or not, this right here was my inspiration for this card. These were on my work desk and they're just a bunch of scraps, and I gathered them all up to get ready to throw them in my scrap basket and really liked the color combination. So I have Basic Gray, Pool Party, and Sahara Sand. I have never ever worked with Sahara Sand before. I only just started using it because it's in the Sycamore Street Designer Series paper from Sale-a-Bration. And I'm really actually enjoying it very much. It's almost like a light gray, which I like. I'm really into gray right now. So I'm going to use these three colors, and I believe that I'm going to add another color in, perhaps a darker blue. I'm not sure. I'm not completely certain yet, so we'll see where that goes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went ahead and thought this out a little bit further, and I cut some pieces. I did choose to add this piece of designer paper, which is from the Sycamore Street collection, which is available through Sale-a-Bration. It's one of your choices. If you spend $50, you can choose one of the exclusive Sale-a-Bration items for free, and this designer series paper collection is one of those choices. And I cut my piece of Basic Gray to be an inch smaller than my Sahara Sand card base, so it'll give me a border of a quarter of an or a half an inch all the way around. And then I just have a little strip of Pool Party here that I'm going to use with a border punch. The first thing that I'm going to do is use my chevron embossing folder. I'm obsessed with this thing. I absolutely love chevrons right now. And I'm just going to put my Basic Gray piece into this chevron embossing folder and run this through my Big Shot. So there you can see what that looks like now that it's been embossed. It's a great masculine pattern. And I'm just going to use some snail adhesive and attach this to the front of my card. Whenever I'm adhering embossed cardstock, I like to use just a little bit of extra adhesive. And I'll just center and stick this onto my card base. Okay, and I can set this aside for now. I'm going to use my scallop border edge punch on this little piece of Pool Party. Now when I have a little border like this, so that I don't have to waste cardstock and cut the piece wider than I need, what I like to do is add my adhesive onto the back of the top layer so that I don't have to try to get my snail into this tiny little spot here. And then I can just go ahead and line up my border. Okay. That's all set, and then this is going to go right across the card like that. And I did leave, I cut this a little bit wider than I need it because I'm terrible at lining up edges, so I like to have a little bit of extra so I can make sure that it's straight and then cut off the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit more adhesive on the bottom of this and then on the designer paper. And then I'll use my grid mat. Let's move that down a little bit. I'm using my grid mat here to make sure that it's lined up properly. And I also want to try to make sure that the scallops are at least close to even. Mine are a little bit off, but about even on each side. That's all set. And then all I have to do is open up my card and just trim off the extra. Alright, I've got a small piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 2 7/8 by 2 3/8. I'm going to be using the cake image and the sentiment, "It's time for a celebration," and those are from the Make-A-Wish stamp set. Now, to make sure that I get everything straight on my little piece of Whisper White cardstock here, I am going to be using my Stamp-A-Majig, and I went ahead and I already set up the 2 images that I'll be using, just because it is going to be kind of a tight fit on my little piece of cardstock here. So that's all ready for me. I'm going to start with the cake image, and I'm going to color this using markers. The bottom tier I'm going to color with the Pool Party marker. The next tier in the middle is going to be Sahara Sand. The top tier is going to be an Island Indigo. I'll do the candles in Basic Gray. And then we'll bring in a little Summer Star Fruit for the flames. I'm going to use a little bit of removable adhesive just to keep my, keep my cardstock from shifting while I'm using my Stamp-A-Majig. And I'm going to position the cake to the right hand side. Remember, when you use markers, you want to huff on your stamp before you stamp it down. And I'll go ahead and stamp. Press really well. And there I have my cute little cake image. And now I'll line up the sentiment, and that's going to go right across the cake just like that. And I'm just going to use black ink for my sentiment. Make sure that's straight. Ink up my stamp. I'll go ahead and stamp that down. Now I'm just going to use the 1/2 inch side of my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper and just round that corner. And now my focal image is all set. We just have to put the card together. That's just going to go right on there like that. And I'm going to adhere it with a few dimensionals. And we'll just line this up right here. And there's our finished card. A quick and easy, clean and simple masculine birthday card. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this card, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, happy stampin'. Bye-bye.